Candela, hypnotherapist, transformation coach, and a spiritual teacher. You're about to listen to a recording of one of my regression sessions. If you enjoyed the content on my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you click on the bell, it will inform you of any of my future postings. Also, leave a comment and click like, because that helps to bring this kind of content to more viewers. I hope you enjoy the recording, and I hope to see you again in my future videos. And I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see as you reach the surface.
I smell a campfire.
Just become aware of what is around you or next to you.
People. I think they're gypsies. There's wagons.
How are they dressed?
Pretty colors, a lot of jewelry, things on their heads, like scarves on their heads, wide waistbands, a lot of talking, it's noisy.
Look down at where your feet are and tell me what you're wearing on your feet.
I don't have any shoes on.
And become aware of what you're wearing on your body.
A red gathered skirt. It's full, almost like there's two skirts. There's different layers.
And on top?
Gauzy white top.
Do you have anything on your head, on your arms? Do you carry anything in your arms?
I have bracelets and rings.
Okay. Are you young or old?
30 maybe.
Do you feel young?
I feel young. I feel pretty. I think I have long, wavy, dark hair.
Are you healthy?
Yeah, I feel healthy.
Now again, direct your attention to what is happening around you and become aware of why you're there.
I see bottles of things. Different colored glass bottles. There's stuff in them.
Large or small bottles?
Bigger than like a pop bottle. And they have white tops with red stoppers. You can flip open the stoppers.
What is in those bottles?
I don't know. Some of them have leaves in them. Some liquid with leaves.
Mm-hmm.
There's a man over by the fire, and he has his leg up on a stump. He's kind of leaned over, and he's smoking a pipe.
Who's this man?
I don't know. He's so handsome.
Is he part of your group?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people. It's almost like they would circle the wagons, and there's people cooking. There's this big fire in the center. Big fire. He's just standing there smoking that pipe. He's so cute.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Now, before we go to him, let's bring your attention back to the bottles. Do they belong to the entire group?
No, they're mine.
They're yours. And so then you can just become aware of what it is that you do with them, what you put in them.
Food, herbs. I think they might be medicine. I'm there to help people. They come to me if they're sick. I can help with a fever.
Mm-hmm. Where did you learn to create these medicines?
I think it just passed down. It's a small group. We don't stay in one place all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mountains everywhere, but in between the mountains, there are these big, wide open green spaces.
How long have you been in this place?
A month maybe. I think we're there for the winter. There's a shawl. I've got a shawl on. It's all different colors. It's blue and green. Almost looks like an oriental rug. And it's getting colder. That's why they've got the big fire.
Now I want you to see yourself standing in front of a place where you stay, where you live.
It's a wagon.
Describe to me the wagon and then go inside and tell me what you see inside.
There's a front where you hook a horse to, and then you climb through the back of it. It's very small. A lot of wooden boxes with lids on them inside.
What's in those boxes?
More bottles. There's herbs hanging along the side of it. And there's a big cotton bag thing that you lay on. Blankets. There's a red lantern sitting there, but it's not lit. Baskets with fabric in them. Rolled up fabric.
Why do you need fabric?
We trade sometimes. We make our clothes. I love the colors. The colors are so pretty. It's probably more like cotton. Some of it's heavier, almost like a heavy linen. No silk or anything like that. Nothing shiny.
Do you stay in this wagon by yourself?
Yeah.
Do you have any family members with you?
None that I'm aware of.
Do you have any family left anywhere else?
I don't think so. I think everybody's part of this group, but I don't see my mom, my dad, anything like that.
How long have you been with this group?
Oh, my whole life.
So what happened to your parents?
There was another man, another woman, and a boy. They raised me. I think I was little.
Are they your biological parents?
No.
Do you consider them your parents?
Yes. But maybe the boy's there. I don't even see them. He might be older. I'm away kind of down here, and everybody else is kind of up here in front of me.
Are you staying apart from them?
I don't seem to want... I'm just different. I'm different.
What makes you different?
I have tarot cards. There are tarot cards on a box.
Who are you reading them for?
They're just laying there.
So what sets you apart?
I kind of help people if they're sick. They come to me for help with things, but not stay with me. It's almost like they need me, but they don't want me.
Are you considered like a medicine woman?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
So you stay by yourself. Are you interested in finding someone to have a relationship with?
Yeah.
Would you connect with someone within your community?
Yeah.
Do you have someone that you like?
I don't know who that is. He's tall, he has long, dark hair.
Is that the man who's smoking the pipe?
Yeah, but I don't know who he is.
Is he not a member of your group?
No, he is. Maybe new?
So see yourself interacting with him if that's appropriate. Does that happen?
I don't know.
So where do you see yourself?
I'm still standing by the wagon.
Do you tend to observe the group from the outside?
Yeah.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to see yourself having a meal as you usually would have a meal. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you're experiencing.
There's just a small fire by the wagon, and you cook everything over the fire. It looks more like a stew, maybe potatoes, carrots, onions, maybe chicken. Everything's in tin, almost like a tin bucket over the fire.
And who is there with you?
I'm by myself.
Do others eat separately as well?
Yeah, everybody stays kind of at their wagon. I mean, if there's a wedding or, something like that, everybody would have a party. But everybody just kind of stays alone. I can smell tobacco smoke.
So as you're eating your meal by yourself, what goes through your mind? What are you feeling?
I watched the fire, tried to imagine other places, maybe.
Do you wish to be somewhere else?
Probably more exciting. I don't think I've ever been to the city or a big town. Maybe on the outskirts of a town.
So where do you usually travel to? Or stay, I guess?
We go, the men work. We travel and they work for people on farms.
Do you sell the medicines that you're creating or whatever the concoctions are?
I think so.
Where do you sell them?
To people when we go places. A market type thing. Outside towns. They won't let us in the towns so much. People come and buy fabric from me. When the wagon is parked, there's bolts of fabric and folded up fabric on the ground. I can see myself holding fabric up against people.
So I want you to look at the people that you're selling the fabric to and tell me how they're dressed.
Very plain, long sleeve dresses, kind of fitted, go all the way to the ground. Some of them have a belt around their waist, thick leather belt, maybe like a headband. All their hair is long. Everybody's got long hair. The men are in trousers. The shirts don't have a collar. They have the little stand-up collar. Long sleeve white shirts.
Is the women's hair down or pinned up?
Some of them are braided, long braided hair, and some of them have it twisted up, like the braid is twisted up.
What color is their hair?
Oh, every color. And blonde. They seem lighter. I'm dark skinned, but I'm not black. Like I've got a really good tan. But they seem lighter. They seem blondes. Some of the men are darker hair, long dark hair, mustaches.
So as you see yourself near the town where you stop, notice maybe the sign that says which town it is. And just become aware what language is spoken, what country or continent you're on.
The only sign I see says ale. It's on a wooden sign outside a store. There's stone sidewalks, stone building, a wood door, and the sign's green, and it goes downward, and it says ale. It might be a tavern.
And what language do you speak there?
Well, I could read the sign, so it must be English.
So what do you do in the evenings or when you don't work?
It's just the fire. You have to put everything away and eat and sleep. I mean, you're tired. You're tired at the end of the day. But it's not hard work.
Do you have people in this community that you're close with?
They all know me, but I'm not close to any of them.
How do you feel about that?
You have acquaintances. You have people that you know and would help if they needed you. But there's nobody close to me that I love.
So let's get back to that man that was smoking a pipe. What do you think about him?
I still don't know who he is. I think he might be almost the leader, patriarch, but he doesn't seem to be that old. He's not much older than I am.
Is he single?
Yes, he's single. Just seems kind of mysterious.
Are you interested in him?
Yeah. He seems maybe 50. I love his hair.
So as you let go of those images, on the count of 3, you're going to move to the next significant event or moment in that life experience. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what you're experiencing.
I don't know where everybody went.
What are you seeing?
I'm by myself. There's a small barn. I see the barn, and there are some animals, 1 cow and some pigs. There's like a place on the side of the barn that has fences all around it. And the animals are in there. I'm older. I have gray in my hair. My hands are wrinkly.
Is this barn attached to a house?
There's no house. I think maybe the house burnt down.
Who does this barn belong to?
I don't know who it belongs to. I think it was there and then I just stayed.
In the barn?
No, in the wagon. The wagon's beside the barn. There's a horse in the barn. It's my horse.
Since there's no house, there's nobody living there?
No. I'm all by myself.
And become aware of why you stayed there by yourself.
I think I'm too old to travel. I'm tired.
Do you have anyone with you?
No.
How do you take care of yourself or make a living?
I just have what I have. I mean, I've got food.
So how long have you stayed there by yourself?
It's been a while. A year or 2 maybe.
How do you feel about being there by yourself?
I feel sad.
What are you sad about?
I just miss people.
Do you ever connect with any people?
I don't think I'm supposed to be there. It's not my land. It's very isolated. Like if there were people, they'd be a long way away.
Did you choose this location on purpose? Like you wanted to be this far away?
I think I just had to find someplace safe that I don't feel good. I feel tired and sore.
So allow yourself to move to the last day of that life and tell me what you're experiencing.
I opened the barn and I unhook the rope that was holding the horse. And I hit the horse on the hind end and he runs out of the barn. And then I go to the side and I open the gate. I don't see a cow anymore, or a couple pigs, and I open the gate. I let the animals out.
Why did you do that?
I'm afraid nobody's going to feed them.
And then what do you do?
I walk to the side of the barn and I just sit down. I'm leaning up against the barn.
What are you experiencing?
I'm just tired. I just hurt everywhere. Kind of hard to breathe.
Are you ill?
I don't feel good.
Okay. So in the next breath, allow your spirit to lift very gently out of your body. And you will feel an immediate relief, sense of expansion and freedom. You will feel much better immediately. You will begin to gain a higher perspective on that life experience. How do you feel about the life that you just left?
I can still see myself sitting there. I look so old.
Is your spirit out of the body?
I think so. I'm looking down. I still see the wagon. The wagon's old too. I don't even know if the wheels would work. I feel sorry for myself.
Why is that?
Because it's just so sad, so lonely.
At a soul level, what was the purpose of that lifetime?
Privacy. I'd been around too many people, too many distractions. I wanted to learn more about myself, I think.
Do you feel that you had a successful life experience? Did you learn what you wanted to experience?
I think I almost took it to an extreme. I wouldn't have had to isolate myself to know myself.
So you disconnected?
Yeah, I don't remember any affection. I don't remember any hugging. I don't think I had anybody I loved.
Now, at a human level, was that a choice that you made? Were there opportunities for you to connect with people and you chose to stay by yourself?
I just always felt different. I don't want to say outcast because people would interact with me, but almost like they were afraid of me. Maybe a fortune teller?
Okay. So I want you to let go of all of those images. And as you let go of them, you will begin to be pulled in a new direction. Allow yourself to try to nothing more drifting comfortably and floating and drifting. You find yourself being drawn where you begin to slow once again. And as you stop, I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see or the very first impressions that you get as you reach the surface.
I'm in very dark. It's a wood floor. Big iron kettle over a fire again. And it's in the house. There's stones all the way around. It's like a big fireplace. Almost big enough to walk in. The kettle's inside the fireplace. I've got a white apron on. white linen apron. I'm pregnant. My apron's up over my belly. I'm pregnant.
What else do you see around you?
Table, chairs. There's a bed over in the corner. It's wood and there's posts, but there's like rope tied maybe. And then this mattress laying on top of it, like a stuffed mattress. It doesn't look very comfortable.
How big is the house?
Just one room.
Who else lives in it with you?
My husband. He's outside. Looks like he's plowing, maybe. Yeah, he's plowing. It's a big cow. It's got long horns. It's pulling the plow.
How big is the field?
It's like a big garden. I don't think it's a field. Maybe bigger than a garden, but not as big as a field.
What is he going to be planting there?
Corn and then vegetables. Corn will feed the animals.
What other animals do you have?
There's chickens everywhere. I hate chickens.
Why do you hate them?
They peck. I don't like chickens.
Why do you keep chickens?
Oh, we have to eat them. And eggs.
Okay.
My husband has to do the chickens. I can't. There's a goat. He's cute. Cow. I don't see any horses. It seems weird.
Do you have anybody living close by?
There's people, but they're not close. It's just a lot of dirt. I mean, I can see green out away, and there are mountains.
So it's just land without any grass or trees?
Right, yeah. And the chickens are out there pecking stuff on the ground, and how could you grow grass? Couldn't grow grass. And the cows eat everything. He's working so hard.
How long have you lived here?
We came after we got married. I think the house was there. He didn't build the house. So strong. I think we've been married for a while. I think I may have had trouble getting pregnant.
Is this your first pregnancy?
Yeah.
Why did you come to this place where everything is just dirt?
I think it was in our family.
So did you grow up in that area?
No, I think it was my husband's family.
Are you from around there?
There's an ocean close by. I live closer to the ocean, maybe 20, 30 miles away from where we are now.
And what is this area called where you are?
I think it's in Scotland.
What's the temperature like?
Well, my husband has his shirt off, so it has to be hot. He's sweating.
Do you have different seasons?
It gets cold and rainy and then hot. The roof above me is real low. There's a porch.
Do you like to sit on that porch?
Uh-huh. I can't work very much now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. I love him. I'm happy about the baby.
So on the count of 3, move to the next significant moment in that life. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what's happening.
I'm in the bed and the baby's coming. Oh, God, it hurts. God, it hurts.
Just take a breath and feel release and relief in your body. You will feel very peaceful. All your muscles will relax. You will know what's happening and not feel it. The more you pay attention to my voice, the more relaxed you become, until your body's completely at peace and relaxed. Tell me how the delivery goes.
There's another woman there. She sweeps the baby up. It's crying. It's a girl. I don't feel very good.
Now as I touch your hand, feel peace flowing through your body. Soothing relaxation flowing through every muscle. You can breathe easily and comfortably. Feeling very relaxed. Tell me what happens.
The woman standing at the end of the bed, and she's shaking her head. I lift my head up and I look. There's too much blood. Too much blood.
Is the woman saying anything?
No, my husband's here. He took my hand. He's leaning over me and he's crying and he says, "Don't leave me, please don't." I try not to leave. I don't want to leave.
With the next breath, you will feel a wave of relief. Letting go, releasing, and relaxing, just observing it as a movie on a screen. Stepping away from it. Stepping back.
He's crying and begging me not to go. I can't stay. I can't control it. I don't want to go. Where's my baby? I want to see my baby.
Are you able to see the baby?
He took it away.
Does she bring the baby back to you?
No.
And so just move forward in time and tell me if you're able to stay in the body or if your spirit leaves.
I can see him. He has his arm over me, laying his head on my right here. He's crying. He's just saying, "I can't do this by myself. Don't go."
Where are you looking at him from?
Up above, I see my body. Oh my God, the blood. God, it's run down through on the floor. Oh, it's awful.
Now as you're rising higher and higher, you will experience an immediate feeling of peace and healing. You may find right now that there is someone waiting for you. Someone that perhaps you didn't even expect at all to see. As you turn around, you may see someone approaching you. Who is it?
There's somebody there, but I don't know who it is.
Do they have anything to communicate to you, or do they greet you in some way?
Just an outstretched hand. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. It just says, "It'll be okay. Come with me."
Do you follow
Come with me, yeah.
And where do they take you?
We're walking through a field of flowers. Flowers in the grass, probably waist high. It's bright, blue sky. Whoever it is has on white long dress or robe. I don't know what it is, just a garment of some kind. And it feels strange because he's pulling me with my left hand. That's not normal. I wouldn't.
Where do they take you?
We're just walking through these flowers. There's a horse there. There's a horse in the distance. I feel like I know the horse. He seems very familiar to me. I pet him, kind of hug his neck. Yeah, I know the horse. Then the horse just follows us. I'm still worried about my husband.
Is anything communicated to you about him? Or?
He just keeps saying it's going to be all right.
And just see where you arrive.
I'm seeing the ocean. It's coming up on the shore, like on the top of some rocks, like a cliff. I'm standing up there and I'm looking out over the ocean, and the waves are coming up and crashing on the shore.
And is that being and Wyatt still there?
No, I'm by myself. I'm just looking.
And how does it feel standing there?
I'm waiting for somebody. It's like I have to stay there and wait.
And they will arrive in just a moment or two.
Too far away, I can't.
Someone who's coming is too far away?
Yeah.
They'll come closer.
They'll...
Who is it? Who is it?
It's my husband.
What happened to him?
I don't understand. He said it had been a long time, but he doesn't look any older to me.
And you can ask him, did he live a full life?
Yeah, our little girl. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you. I know it's hard. She's okay. She's okay.
She grew up.
She's okay. He said she doesn't like chickens either. Oh, God.
So the time that you spent there by the ocean, you just waited for him to join you. Okay. Are you ready to move on?
I just want to stay there. I don't think anything will happen to us. I'll be safe.
For what purpose do you want to stay?
I just want to be safe. I just want to love him.
And you can move on with him. He doesn't have to leave, does he?
No, he's there. He's staying. He came through the flowers, too.
So, do you choose to stay there by the ocean?
For a while, I think. I just want to stay together.
And it's okay. You are safe. Is there anything else there that's important for you to know?
I don't think we're allowed to stay.
What's happening and what are you learning?
I'm worried about my daughter, too.
And you're able to check in on her, are you not?
I'm afraid for her.
Why are you afraid?
I think she's gotten married.
Do you check in on her?
I don't think so. All I know now is what he told me. I've been standing there.
And do you feel that you are holding yourself back and just sort of tying yourself to that place?
I was until he got there. I just felt like I needed to stay there, to wait.
And now that he's there,
I want to go back through the flowers.
and where would you end up if you go through the flowers?
Yes, we can.
Who are you talking to?
He doesn't know if we should go back through the flowers. I think we should.
Where do you wish to go next?
I think I want to watch over my daughter.
What does your husband want to do?
He wants to stay. No, I won't go without you.
Are you saying that to him?
I won't go without you. You have to come back with me.
Are you saying it?
Yes. See, he just got there. He doesn't...
Are you talking about entering another physical life?
Going back, yeah, going back.
And he wants to rest?
He wants to rest. But I tell him I won't go without him.
Is there a way for you to watch over her in spirit for a while?
Yeah, I think.
So why don't you do that?
Oh God, what do I do?
You can watch over her in spirit. If you think about her, it will bring you to her, and you will know exactly what to do. Because if you go back into a physical body while she's an adult, you will be a baby. You can just watch over her and remain in spirit. Are you able to do that?
I think it's okay.
Are you able to connect with your daughter while you're still in spirit with your husband?
It's like looking at a screen or a movie projected on a wall.
Mm-hmm. And what do you see?
She's okay, happy.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine.
That's her name?
Catherine. I think we decided that before she was born.
Now that you're feeling this peace and know that she's okay, are you able to let go of those images for the moment and allow them to fade away? I ask Tanya's higher consciousness to step forward. May I speak to you and ask you some questions?
Yes.
You brought forward the life of a woman gypsy and then the life of a young woman that died in childbirth. Can you tell me why you selected those two particular lifetimes for her to look at today?
The common denominator is loneliness. She was lonely before and then felt guilty because she had to die and then forced herself to be lonely again. Just isolation.
When you say she forced herself to be lonely again, was that in this lifetime or another?
Both. There's always been a lot of people, but the loneliness is inside.
So help her understand it now as part of a soul journey. What is this lesson of loneliness? Is she completing it? Is she still in it?
I think that's up to her, however long she chooses to suffer.
So tell me from your perspective, from the soul level, what would you like to see happen?
She needs to forgive herself.
For what?
For disappointing herself, for not being where she should have been when she should have been there.
Is that in terms of a relationship that she would have liked to have in this life but didn't?
Yes. It's all... She's punishing herself.
So her main concern right now is the potential of a relationship with a man that she has always loved but has never really been with. They've had opportunities to come together, but it just never worked out. And it seems to continue that pattern of loneliness. So I want to understand it from a soul level. I'd like you to take us to the time when at a soul level you were deciding the best potentials for the life of Tanya. What was the decision-making point like?
The guilt of not being in the right place at the right time was too much, and the guilt of losing things and people was unbearable. It goes much deeper than she could understand now.
So tell me what you see as her journey.
Forgiveness. Forgiveness of herself.
Now, why does she keep going through this cycle of loneliness? Is that the outcome of lack of forgiveness?
It's like a monk that keeps beating himself. That's what she thinks she's doing to herself.
Punishing herself for some perceived sin?
What makes her happy is to see the return to her.
Return of
something that she cares about, someone she cares about. When they return, that's her happy place.
So is the other end of it inability to let go and holding on to?
Yeah, because it's always coming back. It needs to come back.
So can you take her to a place where she can see everything from a very different perspective? Can you show her that when something leaves, it doesn't disappear? It can leave, have its own experience, and ultimately is still part of that oneness. So there's always a return.
Yeah, she knows that. That's what she loves. She loves that return, the coming together.
I think she misses that reunion with the Creator, that oneness of the Creator.
Yeah, it's that reunion.
Now, can you remind her that she reunites every time she leaves a physical body?
Yes.
And take her to that time when she prepares for another physical life. How does she feel about entering another physical life? Is that her decision, or is she forced in any way?
No, it's her decision.
Is she excited at that point? You as a soul?
Yeah, but she doesn't like to go alone.
Mm-hmm. So does she bring other beings from her soul family?
Right. She's got her little pack.
So there are souls that come with her?
Yeah.
Who from her soul family is with her right now in this life?
Her husband, current husband, her grandfather, a nephew, and Bill. It's another man.
Of the two lives that you brought to her attention, was Bill in either one of them?
Yes, both.
Who was he in the first one?
The man by the fire.
That she was attracted to but didn't connect with?
Yes.
Who was he in the second life?
Her husband.
Okay. So they clearly have a deep connection, but yet it seems like in both lives they didn't get to really spend much time together, just like in this one.
Right.
So help me understand that pattern. What is that where they come together and then they are pulled apart? Why is that?
I think it's more his journey to learn about commitment, about stability. She's willing to do whatever she needs to do. And I think he was coming close when she died with the baby. He was coming close. And I think that's why he was asking her not to go, which just made her feel worse.
Is he still learning that lesson of commitment?
Yes.
If she had connected with him fully in this life, would it have allowed him to learn it?
Yes. But now it's harder. It wouldn't have been so hard with her.
The way it unfolded, was that beneficial for him?
Yes, it's making him better.
Okay. As she sees it from that perspective, can she allow her heart to soften and feel peace and comfort as she lets him go on his path, knowing that he's always in her soul family, that while they're walking their individual parallel paths, they're actually helping each other and moving forward to the time when they can reconnect and experience that unity once again. Can you help her experience that?
It's not going to be easy. She's committed.
I know. She's attached. What does she need to understand and feel right now to begin to loosen that grip?
Again, it goes back to forgiveness of herself.
Please send a powerful wave through her heart of forgiveness that allows her to remember her true nature, that puts those human losses, human traumas into a proper perspective. They are painful in the moment, but when you step back from them, you begin to see them as a string of lessons in an eternal journey of the soul, so that you can begin to appreciate them for what they are, and know that between each of those experiences that she herself chooses to have, everything returns back to unity. Everything reconnects.
Yes.
So what is she experiencing now?
A little less heavy.
I wonder if you can point out to her where she carries this guilt, that heaviness in her body.
Her stomach.
And so look into her stomach. Identify that energy of guilt that is sitting there and begin to release it, so that that guilt begins to disconnect, dislodge from the muscles in her stomach and vent out, being replaced with the golden healing light. And tell me how that's going.
It's fine.
Is that guilt held anywhere else?
No.
How does she feel now about releasing it and letting herself see her journey in a different light?
Hard for her.
What is making it hard for her? What is holding her back?
Fear.
Tell me more about fear.
Fear that it's over.
What is it?
Her life, her existence with the...
I want you to bring back into her memory that experience of reconnecting with him after that second life, when she died in childbirth. And when she reconnected with him, it seemed to her like no time really passed. But for him, it was a lifetime. And that is the experience at a soul level, where time really doesn't exist. I want you to really remind her of the love that she has at a soul level that exists between her soul and others within her soul group, in particular with the soul of Bill. Is it bound by time?
No.
Is it bound by particular life experience or particular human body?
It's found by love.
And is love something that has an end, an expiration?
No. That's why it's so hard. She's very, very loyal, very committed, loves very deeply, and doesn't love very deeply. When she's done, but others can disappoint her. In her little soul group, those people can never disappoint her.
So she can see that no matter how the life experience turns out on a human level, she will reunite with the soul of Bill. Does she see that?
Yes.
If they choose to reunite, can anything hold them apart?
No.
So can you help her release that fear of the end?
Okay.
So the only thing she can experience is a delay, but never an ending to their connection. And even right now that they're not physically together, are they connected at a soul level?
Yes.
So there is no separation there at all either?
No.
So as she understands that deeper and deeper, can she begin to release the fear?
We'll try.
And what can you do to help her?
I see them, their consciousness, their souls, are submerged in a mucky water. They can see each other, and they know each other's there, but it's like they can't swim to each other. They'll just stay there. Like I said, this time was more about him.
And she's committed to helping him, isn't she? So she can do this for him.
Yeah.
Knowing that she will be together with him when the time is right.
Yeah.
I want her to become aware of an energetic cord that runs between her heart center and his heart center. Knowing that that cord is never severed. It is a soul connection. It is always there. It's like two partners can live together, but during the day each one goes to work. And when they part in the morning and they go to their own job, they don't feel that their life is over. They just know that they're going to spend some time apart to work on something meaningful. And as they part, they know that once they're done with their task, they will come back and reunite. And their love doesn't die during the day. It sustains them as they pursuing the tasks that they have. So as each of them goes to work on their own stuff, the love that is between them will continue to sustain them. And as she feels that love, it will allow her to just relax now, allowing that forgiveness to emerge, allowing that fear to float away, allowing herself to let go and move forward on her own path. Are you able to give her that experience?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Tanya wants to know why her life has been quite difficult and challenging.
She chose that.
Why did she choose that?
She needs to find a way to be more forgiving of herself and other people. She's kept things inside that have hardened her, and I think she wants to be better.
Is she able to do that now?
I think in a while. I think there are still some things that are holding her back.
Like what?
She needs to learn to be kinder. She's hardened her heart to keep it from being hurt, and she just needs to be kinder.
It seems like one would harden their heart when they're afraid of getting hurt, so that's fear again.
Right. It's just a vicious circle. It's a continuous vicious circle. And until somebody almost breaks in to soften her, she'll just continue to do the same cycle over and over and over again.
All right, so I'm going to stop you right there because I don't want it to sound like she is powerless to move forward in her own journey, that someone has to save her. And unless that happens, she is lost and powerless. Because that is not how a soul would see its own path. It has been suggested to her by other people that she is softer when she is with them. So that is more of a conscious thought that she has developed over time. I want to hear the higher self. I want you, in fact, to speak to Tanya right now, breaking down all of those thought patterns about powerlessness unless in her life. And I want you to speak to her of her own true soul power.
The light comes from within. No one can shine it on you and make it be part of you. Let that inner light out. Don't inhibit the things inside your soul that make you feel better. You can forgive yourself. You can love and be kind because it all comes from inside of you, not from outside.
So you're saying she doesn't need a savior?
No, she's her own savior. She's a strong woman, a little stubborn. That's why it's so hard. But the strength can bring peace.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. 2 more quick questions. So, her second husband passed away very suddenly when he was young, and his soul visited her after his death. So she had contact with him, but she feels now that she still hasn't had a chance to let him know that she loved him. Can he step forward now and set things straight for her? Would he be willing to come forward and greet her for a moment?
Yes.
Okay. So as he steps forward, you can greet him and tell me what you're experiencing.
There's a song that he loved, and he's saying, when I hear that song, that's when he's around me. And he's reminding me that the song was playing when I drove from my house to here. And it was.
So he was with you?
Yeah. He's very proud of all the kids. Very proud. And he sees all the grandkids.
I want him to tell you why leaving so early was a decision that was made.
His job was done. He knew that before he died.
So can he tell her if he hears her or knows that she loved him?
Yes, he said he'll talk to her in her dreams.
Mm-hmm. Anything else he has to say to her before we let him go?
Be happy.
In what way can she be happy?
Just being true to herself and enjoying life. He says it's over faster than you think. He says that she made him happy. Why can't she make herself happy?
I thank him for visiting. Just allow him to step back and fade away. I ask the higher self to step forward again. And I have a last question. Tanya was in a car accident 7 years ago. And even though the car was filled with people, she was the only one that was seriously injured. This was 2 years after she and Bill reconnected and then separated for the last time. And she damaged the left side of her body. Can you address the significance of that experience? And she wants to know if there was somebody watching over her and keeping everybody else safe.
There were angels there, both in the physical and unearthly presences. Everybody has a guardian angel. Everyone's guardian angels were there. She needs to not be so reckless. She needs to learn to be more cautious. It was raining. She shouldn't have been driving as fast as she was. She knows that.
Was it purely an accident?
It was an accident, but it could have been possibly avoided if she wasn't driving so fast. There's guilt there from that, but the lesson to be learned is to be more cautious and appreciate what you have, because you could lose it in an instant.
Is there anything else that you want to communicate before we let you go?
This isn't the last time. This isn't the last chance. I hear you say you want it to be over. It's not going to be over yet. There are still lessons to be learned and things to do, and you just have to stick it out.
Are you going to be side by side with her throughout this journey?
Yes, always have been.
Great. Thank you. Now I'm going to ask the higher consciousness to recede to where it belongs with much love and thanks for the help and information that it has given Tanya today.